See. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Recent Cammy Footy Podcast for the second time this week.
Yes.
So, today's episode, obviously, this is our main episode this week, as we done one about the Scotland manager Monday night.
Monday night.
Monday night. So, today we've got Monty,
Or
who
Paul
has,
Montgomery.
or Paul Montgomery, who we've had on before. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, right. For one of our very, I think you were actually our first proper special guest I think we had on.
Oh dear, if
I
I'm a
think
special guest, then you're
I think I
really
think
struggling.
I think you actually were the first one we ever had on.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
glad to be back, lads. Thank you.
Yes. And we'll give his podcast a shout out just now. Kilmarnock fans forever and ever. Or is it just forever and ever podcast these days?
Forever and ever, the Killie Fans podcast, mate. That's the official Sunday name.
It'll be linked in any descriptions that we put this up on, mainly YouTube.
Yes.
Though. Anyway,
So
so today it'll be a wee bit about the Kelly, obviously. Well, Kelly and Rangers, really.
the majority will be about Kelly.
Yeah. So today, Rangers signed Costa. Somebody to say I found out how you pronounce his second name, and I cannot remember for the life of me. But from
Rangers just said hi Costa, so
Costa.
I take it Rangers are going by Costa.
Yeah, would you not when you seen the second
Mm.
name reads?
Yes.
Exactly.
I was not
So
trying to pronounce that.
right back from Aston Villa on loan, 20-year-old who I was watching a video yesterday, this morning, sorry, when I got up. He only played 6 games last season for RB Leipzig when he was on loan because he had 2 big injuries. So he's definitely a Rangers player anyway. And then just very quickly, tomorrow night, Rangers play Jabalek. I think that's how you pronounce his full name.
Don't ask us. We're not Rangers fans.
Because I'm a Rangers fan, I don't even know how to pronounce their names. So they play Jabalek in the Conference League uh, playoff round. Jablek are a Czech team who are in all competitions, 6 games unbeaten.
Which is depressing if you're a Rangers fan.
Splendid. How do you think they'll get on, Reese?
They should win, but it's McInnes, so I can also see them getting beat. It depends
Yeah,
what Timboa McInnes comes out with for the lineup.
yeah, or subs as well. Some of his subs are
Oh, Cammy, we had to watch him for what, a year and a half?
baffling at best, man. Anyway,
Anyway,
Paul, how do you think they'll get on?
Oh, it's tough to say. I can't say I know much about the Czech side. I know they finished fifth last year, but they're not one of the bigger Czech teams, the likes of the Spartas and Slavia Pragues and Victoria Pilsens that you'd be used to watching in Europe. But they're obviously a decent side, and Rangers are in transition, no doubt about that. They've got a good result on Sunday, though. I think Rangers will be fine at home. I would imagine they'll win tomorrow night. But if I was betting, I'd bet them to lose away. So I think it could be a close one. But you've got to hope Rangers have got enough to beat a side like that. If they don't, they're really struggling, mate.
Yeah, yeah,
if
yeah.
they don't, we can beat them. Weird.
I don't know about that. Wouldn't quite go that far, but aye. Reese, you want to?
Yes. So, first of all, Paul, how do you think we've started this season? So subject. I know.
Um, Probably as expected, mate. I mean, if you're going on the back end of last season, it was certainly entertaining, and there's definitely goals in the team. But we're going to concede a lot of goals as well. It's just the way McCann wants to play. It was the same at Dundee, and as you said, it makes for entertaining games. No doubt about it. But no great for the emotions. It's up and down, and like you were saying, you were feeling sick on Friday night. I don't think you were the only one. So I've maybe been a wee bit disappointed with the lack of care defensively. I thought the the performance up at St Johnstone wasn't anything to shout about, and then
Let's be honest, we should be beating the likes of St Johnstone, your Uniteds, your Dundees.
I think I would just like to see us be a wee bit more in control of the games. That's what I would say. And I thought the Celtic game we were very naive, but hopefully with this new centre half coming in, and as the players get a bit sharper and fitter, we can kick
Oh,
on.
I was just about to ask you about the new centre half, but since you mentioned them, do you think you'll be a good fit?
He seems to be very highly rated at Hull, mate, who are obviously playing at a higher level than we're used to. So you're hoping you'll maybe not remember Christopher Ayer, who now plays for Norway and Brentford, but when he came on loan for Celtic about 10 years ago, he was
Right,
only 19.
Paul, I know I'm young, but I'm not that young.
That
Aye,
I was going to say that we're not
I remember
young.
Christopher Ayer.
remember Ayer, so
I remember.
hopefully he turns out to be somebody like that, mate. That's what I'm hoping for.
I remember all the bad things.
Yeah, you only remember him probably when he used to play for Celtic, but
About
we actually made him into the player that he was
about 90 clean sheets they had against
at
Rangers.
Celtic's request. But anyway, obviously there was a big game on Friday night, Paul, as you mentioned, being the Ayrshire derby.
What's your thoughts on the game?
Again, I was a wee bit disappointed with the team. I thought we didn't control it. I thought Ayr were very comfortable, especially the first half. And every time Ayr get the ball, I thought they were going to score. But I thought when we changed it and O'Hara came on, I was a wee bit happier, and I think we did deserve to win it in the end. But again, it was just a bit chaotic, wasn't it? But great scenes at the end, and we got through, and we're in the cup, and we've got a chance of getting to Hampden now with a home tie. So it was a mixed bag. What did you think yourself, Reece?
Not bad, to be fair. A win's a win in it, especially when it comes to your biggest rivals, but a win's a win when it comes to your biggest rivals, but it's just the fact that, as you say, careless at the back. Jamie Brandon, I mean, I don't mean to. Some of the
Maybe
defending for any of the boys in defence.
Brandon
Jesus.
Brandon really struggled, mate. He did, and I think that's because you talked about it off air before we started, boys. But you said about the diamond. There's no loads of protection for fullbacks there, mate. So they're going to really need to be on their game. And I really like Shoring Larson. I think he's really good going forward, but don't think he's a brilliant defender either.
To be
But
honest, if it was me, I would push Sean Larson up one.
I think he'll end up playing right back, mate, and the boy Yoni Meyer will end up playing left back. I think they'll be the two full backs. So, but it was a tough night for Brandon, but ultimately we won the game, so McCann was vindicated taking off. But you don't like to see that, somebody getting hooked after 35 minutes. No great.
No, but I think it was deserved.
It was probably the right call, sadly for him.
But obviously, the mad scenes at the end with the Moldovan Messi, shall we call him?
He took his goal beautifully, didn't he? He presented with a chance, a bit of a
Right in
mixed up.
front of me as well.
Aye, exactly. Handy view for you. So, and fair play to him. I thought they took all three goals really well. I thought Hugo's was great, and so was Larson. So, it was a big moment. Hopefully, that kind of kick starts for season a bit, man.
What else do you think we need signings wise?
I would love to see us get an experienced centre half, somebody that maybe knows the league or has played a lot of games down in England or abroad. But
So, hence, like, I know we're probably not going to like this name that's getting thrown about, Grant Hanley type.
well, mate, I would definitely take Grant Hanley, mate. I think he's exactly the type of player we need. He's played a
Yeah,
lot of football.
yeah, but it's just the pace with the diamond because McCann doesn't seem to be backing away for this diamond.
Aye, well, that's the thing. But I actually think Hanley's quicker than he's given credit for. But I don't think he fits the McCann mould. I agree with that. So somebody like that. But again, I'm just not convinced that's going to happen. So I think we're maybe one signing away for what we'll end up going with, depending on if Stanger goes. But I would have loved to have seen an experienced centre half. Would you think?
So, yeah, what's your personal opinion on the shape?
So I think if it works, it's brilliant because it's set up to dominate games. But if players aren't at it, the likes of Tish, who strolled it last season, hasn't hit the ground running, and I think he needs to get a settled four in there. I'd have Ring playing there instead of the kind of right back stuff he's been doing, and I think Finlay Curtis was a big part of that last year. So I do think if it works, then it can bear fruit. But like you've said, mate, it leaves us open defensively. So I'd probably be inclined to change it, but I don't get paid to make the decisions, man.
What would you play then, personally?
I'd go 4-2-3-1. A back kind of a wee bit more simpler at the back. I'd have probably Tish and Lowry sitting, and then Kilty in the 10, and Ring and maybe Klishenko on one side, and Hugo through the middle, probably to begin with. But again, then you're leaving out John Jules, who had a great run last year. So it's tough, man. But I'd like to go with something maybe just a wee bit less complicated for a few weeks to be finding our feet. What do you think?
I would say personally a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-4-2. I think we're always better with the two up front.
Uh,
I've always found us better with the two up front.
do you know? Think where does Kilty play in the 4-4-2 though?
I think you can get away with playing him as a centre mid, but playing him a wee bit higher.
Who would you play alongside them in there?
Either Tushboa, Lowry, or O'Hara. You can take your pick.
Or O'Hara? Aye,
It,
well that could
it
potentially work out.
depends what Tushboa turns up, to be
Yeah, that's
honest.
very true because I think that's the game changer. If you get the best version of Tish, then it all starts to work again. I
As
think.
Callum said, I think it was last week in the pod, it was not Aaron Tushboa, the midfield controller. It was more like, I can't remember the exact words, but it was more like Aaron Tushboa, the midfield something. I can't remember what he said. I don't know, you might be able to correct.
I can't remember either. I mean, I don't listen to him, so I wouldn't know.
Fair enough.
You record the podcast with Monty, but you don't listen to him.
I don't
No, I
listen,
don't
I
listen.
don't listen to you either.
He'll be the same, Cammy.
I
You
don't
get
listen,
it.
I don't listen to you either.
These
But,
Kelly fans, these Kelly fans don't know what they're talking about, mate. Honestly,
But do you think the defence looked better with Robbie Dees in it?
I think D's definitely helps. I think D's is
Yes.
a key component. He's a wee bit better with the ball at his feet than he had been previously, and he's got that experience. So I was much happier
I
with D's.
think he's the ball playing defender, which we have been missing for the past 2 weeks.
Aye, I think he does improve the team straight away, mate. I would agree.
But also, would you maybe push Larson on for the forward just with his defensive frailties and
I think he is a fullback, mate. I think I would keep him at fullback. I would just like to see. I'd like to see him maybe play slightly more traditionally as just a fullback that gets forward rather than being one of the kind of main outlets to attack. Definitely, he's a forward thinking player, and I love watching him. I think he's really good. But
I mean that's 2 goals in 2 games, isn't it?
well, he certainly has an eye for goal, and he always has had. And I think you're kind of seeing the best of him now. But I'd like to see him play at right back once this boy Myers fit to play at left back.
Yeah, and then obviously Max Stryek has been a talking point of the last couple of weeks.
I think Stryek's career suggests he's got a mistake in him, and I thought he was poor for Ayer's first goal, and there was a couple against Celtic. I wasn't mad on, but if anybody can be cut a bit of slack, it's probably him. I would say, mate, considering where he's came from. So I think he's still the number one for me, but there's an able deputy there, so we'll see how that unfolds.
Yeah, especially the one at Celtic, he's passed it.
Aye, that was a bit crazy,
He's
mate.
passed it. I mean,
yeah, it was
what's Tishboa meant to do? He's passed it straight to
Negrin.
Negrin.
Aye, it was a bit crazy, wasn't it? It was.
But
Eh,
overall, I think McCann needs to be given time and space to do what he thinks is best for the team. And we've got to think, the players don't always, as Kelly, we don't always start well.
Oh, well, that's it. That's what we need to remember. It's no Real Madrid we support. The players aren't going to be brilliant every single week.
They're
But
still,
the games are entertaining, so
and he's still ahead of Rangers.
No, we're not.
No, they're not. Never mind.
we're not ahead of anybody. We're bottom now, Cammy, but thanks for trying to put
We
us up.
Yeah,
probably should.
yeah, he did. Yeah, you right.
Well,
We,
there we go,
pro-
mate. That's what's
we
Yeah,
happening.
he did.
probably
Yeah, you
should.
right.
We probably should be above views on the style of football alone, but
Nah, we can defend. Use canny. Anyway,
but
I've got a wee question. Did Ayr United surprise you? Like both of you? Did Ayr United surprise you how much they actually went for it? They
to
didn't.
be honest, I wasn't expecting Ayr to come out and play straight away. I was expecting her to sit in for the first 20 minutes and soak up the pressure and hit the counter, but they've come out and played from minute 1 to minute 90, to be fair to them.
I agree. I thought they were really good. Thought they were really, really good. They contained us well. The two strikers were busy and created us problems. I think one of them's on loan for Dundee United, but I was mega impressed with the boy Taylor that was in the middle of the park that scored the second goal. I think he was at Steny last year and was at Talbot a couple of years ago, so definitely want to look out for.
Yeah, Talbot 4 years ago, I think.
I know a really good player, but no, I thought fair play here. I thought they looked really well organised, big crowd down. I think they've got a good manager, so I thought they were really, really decent. They can be
That
really.
helps when you've got a good manager.
Yeah, good manager, good tactics.
I think they could
And
do
if,
all right in the champ this year.
and if you've got the players round about
I
it,
think looking at the championship, it's probably down to them Partick Livingston for your top three.
yeah.
I would agree with that, mate. I think Dunfermline are a decent side when they're getting going, but maybe a wee bit like us, it's very hit and miss. So I wouldn't be surprised. I think they'll win the playoffs, that's for sure.
As long as we're not playing them in the playoffs, that's fine with me.
Exactly, but then again, I'd rather have the
I think
playoff and
you'll be
finish
okay.
bottom, so we'll see.
I think you'll be okay.
I hope so, mate.
Yeah, I think you'll
Um,
be okay.
Also, with the draw being made to go at home to Aberdeen in the quarter-finals, do you think we have a decent chance?
I think when you look at the teams left in the draw, mate, you're taking that all day. Obviously, you'd rather have Steny or Ross County, but to get a home draw, you're obviously wanting to avoid the old firm. You're not wanting to be going away to Hibs. Hearts are obviously a good side. So I think it's a 50-50 game. They'll be happy with the draw and all, but we definitely owe them one, and we're definitely due a trip to Hampden as well. So it could be a good one, that, mate. So quite excited.
And let's be honest, you've avoided the two old firms, and one of the old firms are definitely gone.
It's a great opportunity to get to a final, mate. So we can't
So
complain.
one of the old firms are gone. So if you can get to the semi, avoid the old firm in the semi, you're
You,
probably looking at Hibs or Hearts in the semi, who are beatable.
For sure, aye. So that's what
I
I mean.
mean, as long as the semi-final doesn't miraculously get moved to Easter Road where we've not won in
Well,
14 years.
I've got a wee feeling that both Hibs and Hearts will not get through. That's my prediction. One of them will go out. So I think there'll be a potential Ross County or Steny in the semi-finals. I think one of them could go out. So it's wide open, mate. So we've just
Love
got to make sure
that.
they're in it.
Either Ross County or Steny in the semi-final, I would love that. Preferably County, just so we can laugh at that.
That would be a nice,
that was
nice end to the story.
But we'll get your opinions on the Scotland manager as well quickly.
Of course, mate. Really quite impressed that the SFA have went for somebody like that completely out the blue. I was convinced Stephen A. Smith was going to get it, so I'm pleased. I don't know a lot about him. I remember him as a player, and I've actually seen him play. I've seen him play for Belgium against Scotland, but no, it's an interesting appointment. But the proof will be in the pudding, boys, to be see what this squad's like. If some of the older guys we spoke about Hanley, maybe Kenny McLean, Lyndon Dykes, guys like that, they've maybe. I think it's time for them to move on for the squad. They've been great servants and really get a refresh and see what kind of football plays. What about yourselves? Do you impressed with that?
Well, what
Cammy,
I've
would you think?
seen... Cammy, I'll let you go
it's
first.
a interesting one. It's obvious he's not a big name what everybody thought they were going to get. The Portuguese manager was the favourite up until 3 weeks ago or something.
Martinez.
Yeah, but
I'm
everybody
kind of glad we didn't go down that route, to be honest.
everybody said no that we spoke to, that we've had on here pretty much since the World Cup. So
But yeah,
it's different. It's very exciting.
it looks to remind me of like an Ange Postecoglou type player, type manager. Sorry.
Well, I would take that, mate, because he would have been my pick if we had unlimited funds. So hopefully,
I mean,
hopefully it's
let's
an
be
exciting
honest. I
football.
think as soon as Clark resigned, everybody went, "Give me Postecoglou right now."
Aye, but I think he's on 10 million a year in Saudi or something, so we're
Yeah.
never getting that. But no, it's an
Yeah,
interesting one.
I think that's fair enough.
Interesting one, that's for sure.
I know I would take 10 million and get to manage Ronaldo.
Aye, you and me both, mate.
than
Yes,
rather get whatever he gets and manage
Scotland.
Shankland.
Aye.
So where do you think Kilmarnock will finish?
How do you think they'll do in the League Cup, the Scottish Cup, and the league?
Right, I'll give you my prediction. I reckon we get to the League Cup final.
Reece, where do you think they'll get?
I'm saying semi.
I'll go for us to get to the Scottish Cup quarter final.
Reece?
Scottish Cup semi-final again, 2 semi-final trips.
Aye.
And I think we'll finish 8th in the league.
Reece?
And I'm going 10th, but I think we'll be well clear.
Like last season.
Well, we weren't well clear last season because it was a nervous finish, but I would take 2 semi-finals and a 10th finish though.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely, mate. All day long.
Not complaining.
just hope
Um,
Talbot get Killie in the Scottish Cup at some point.
what? So we can scudge it.
Oh, aye. Aye. It's a big deal beating a non-league team, that, aye. Big deal, that
um,
one. Big deal, that one.
but yeah, so
I actually found my Hearts tick. I actually found my Talbot Hearts ticket in the living room earlier.
who's been your favourite signing as well, Paul?
The signings that we've made. Good
Yeah.
question. I like the boy Ring. I think he looks like he's got plenty about him, so quite excited about seeing how he develops this season. But I think the main man will be Tom Lowry. Absolutely love him. So, but I like Eric Ring.
And let's be honest, Eric Ring will probably not seen the best of him because of where he's been playing.
Aye, I think there's more to come there, mate. So I'm looking forward to seeing how he does.
Hopefully we can get Tish back up to where he was at the end of last season. John Jules back up to where he was before he was injured.
That would go a
Keeper,
long way, mate, for sure.
keeper had a Joe Hugo, which I think is going to be hard in January, to be honest.
Aye, I think there'll definitely be people in for him because he's a very, very, very good player, mate.
And then you've got the likes of Kilty. I say coming back, he was obviously there last season, but Kilty, first full season being captain. O'Hara, back where he belongs. Thank goodness for that. He looks so wrong in a Dundee kit, but who else did we sign? That Irish boy who looks half decent centre back.
Aye, and that Mathurin and the boy Owen up front who looks quite busy too. So definitely
Owen looks as if he's more of a winger
a bit
to
of
me.
pace about him, honey. So
But his movement for the third goal to drag, is it second goal, sorry, he's dragged the defender away from Larson to let Larson have that space to run into.
aye, no, he's quick. So I think McCann's delighted to have got him. So aye, I'm hoping he's got a bit.
What's wrong with Maffrin? Have we got any?
He seems to be completely bombed out, doesn't he? So I know he was playing in the kind of unders team with Tiffany and all that. So he's obviously no shown up well in training or whatever. He's maybe had a wee knock. So no, I don't know what's happened there, mate.
Because I would have said he looked half decent in the games I had seen in the League Cup, but is that maybe another Dom Thompson situation where it's like Dominic Thompson, so it's like Dom Thompson, sorry, where he plays well in the League Cup and just isn't he playing in the league at all?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what he's done, but he seems to be right with the picture. That's for sure.
And I mean, how we're managing to get money for the likes of Eddie Beach and who else did we get money for? Well, Dom Thompson, which I thought was, and there was somebody else we managed to get money for, and I went, whoa.
Aye, well, we got a few bob for big dackers in January, didn't we? So
Aye, Dackers was the other one. I'm like, whoa, how the heck did we manage to get money for Louis?
aye, but we'll take it, mate. We'll take it.
It's quite impressive.
Yeah, that is impressive.
I also seen on STV News the day that Burton Albion put £150,000 bid in for George Stranger today as well. Don't know if you've seen that, but
It's not, for what I know, Monty might know more because
It was just
Uh,
I seen on STV News.
I don't think it's been accepted yet, Monty. You might know more because you have.
No, no, that I know. I don't think it's been accepted, but I
Have,
think there is definitely something in it. And for a guy you got on a free who's out of contract at the end of the season, it's probably a decent deal for everybody. So I think there's every chance that goes through.
they,
Every chance that goes through,
they never
and
they never said it was through or anything. They just said it. Button put a bid in for him, and
we probably need another centre back in that case, which is worrying because it took us long enough to get this one.
I would agree with that, mate. I would agree.
You can't go into a Premier League season playing need enough. What is it? 38 games a season plus getting to quarterfinals of cups and whatnot else, and trying to qualify for Europe. Because let's be honest, that's McCann's goal. That is McCann's damn right goal to try and get his management career back up so he can get a better job. Let's be honest.
Oh, 100%. I think everybody associated with Kelly, other than Rory McKenzie's there to try and better their career. That's what they're all trying to do, and that's just the way it is, man. McCann will be no different. So, it'll be interesting to see how it unfolds, lads. But we'll be at the games anyway, whether we're win, losing, or drawing.
Yes.
were you at the games at Beechwood?
I didn't go, mate. No, I didn't
Oh,
go to the games.
I was going to ask what you thought of Beechwood, but
I've been to Beachwood a good few times, but I wasn't. I couldn't put myself through that. I'm not a big fan of the League Cup games. They feel like friendlies to me, so I didn't actually go to any of them. But I love Beachwood's a great stadium, a great club. So it was a wee novelty.
yeah, they're playing tonight. They're 1-0 up.
Oh, they seen that get beat the other day. Largs beat them. So
Yeah, they're absolutely battled.
aye,
But
But I think that us
okay, boys.
I think
covered everything off. So
unless you've
again,
got anything that you want to bring up,
No, that's that, mate. I only know about Kelly in Scotland anyway, so I don't know. I don't have anything else to add. But I appreciate you both asking me on, and I enjoyed it. So
yeah,
thank you both.
yes.
we'll
So I'll
probably
get you
have
back
you
on,
on again,
especially if we get to the semi final. We'll have you and Cal on at the same time.
Class, mate. Sounds good to me, man.
even depending who it is as well. Probably Celtic.
I'll not be Celtic. We'll get Stenhousemuir or something.
Aye,
Well,
that's my prediction.
but you are getting the winner of the old firm. You do realise that.
Probably, but who cares?
Which
Which
As long as we get to Hampden, who gives a monkeys?
Aye, that's what we're looking for,
have
mate.
a episode out on that.
Oh my god, Celtic can't defend either.
Is it 1-0?
1-0 last goal already.
What?
1-0 last goal already.
I'm behind because I. All right, that's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, well,
Thank you for listening, and we shall be back next week.
maybe not. Busy next week, remember. Thursday, we'll be back next Thursday.
We'll be back next week, yeah.
Thank you, and bye bye.
Bye.